Welcome back to UBG Bytes, the podcast where we dissect the bleeding edge of InfoSec one byte at a time. I'm your host, Sarah. In our last episode, we explored the three foundational principles that underpin every successful cyber operation: humanity, access, and economy. If you missed that episode, I'd recommend going back and listening. RedTeam Principles, Part 1. Today, we're diving into the strategic principles that elite operators use to plan and execute their missions. These are the chapters in the Advanced Hackers Playbook, and understanding them will change how you think about cybersecurity forever. So let's jump right in. Monty identifies 6 strategic principles that guide how elite operators plan and execute their missions. Think of these as the advanced tactics that separate the professionals from the script kiddies. First, let's talk about the difference between knowledge and awareness, because confusing these two can get you caught or killed, digitally speaking. Knowledge is what you learn in school, from books, from practice. It's understanding how Windows networking works, how firewalls operate, how humans behave under pressure. It's target agnostic. The same principles apply whether you're targeting a bank in Tokyo or a power plant in Texas. Awareness, on the other hand, is intimate knowledge of your specific target. What version of Windows are they running? When do their administrators typically apply patches? Who stays late on Fridays and might be more likely to click on a suspicious email when they're tired? Here's a real-world example. Knowledge tells you that staging environments are usually less secure than production systems. Awareness tells you that your target company is migrating their email system next Tuesday, creating a perfect window of opportunity. The best operators are masters of both. Next up is innovation. And no, this isn't about using the latest, greatest hacking tools. This is about thinking differently when everyone else is thinking the same way. Stuxnet wasn't just innovative because it used 4 zero-day vulnerabilities, though that was impressive. It was innovative because it thought outside the box. The target was physically isolated Iranian centrifuges. So how do you break something you can't directly connect to? You create malware that can jump air gaps, survive multiple system transitions, identify specific industrial equipment, and then physically manipulate that equipment to destroy itself while making it look like normal wear and tear. Or consider flame malware, which did something that should have been impossible. It forged a Microsoft code signing certificate to spread through Windows Update. They didn't just find a vulnerability. They found a way to make Microsoft's own security system work for them. Innovation isn't just about what you can do. It's about what you can imagine. Here's something they don't teach in Hollywood hacker movies. The best operators are paranoid pessimists. They assume everything that can go wrong will go wrong. This is where precaution comes in, manifesting in 2 ways: redundancy and diversity. Redundancy means having backup plans for your backup plans. Multiple ways to maintain access, multiple communication channels, multiple exit strategies. Stuxnet was a masterclass in precaution. It had multiple ways to spread: USB drives, network shares, print spoolers, and if one component got detected, the others could continue operating. Now we get to OPSEC, operational security. This is about being a ghost in the machine. The goal isn't just to avoid detection, it's to maintain what Monty calls relative superiority, the ability to operate successfully even when you're completely surrounded by the enemy. This works on 2 levels: stealth and misdirection. APT1, that Chinese cyber espionage group that made headlines, they were masters of misdirection. They registered domain names that looked like legitimate news sites and tech companies. They used uncommon protocols for command and control. Why? Because when you're looking at network logs with thousands of connections, are you going to investigate the connection to CNNBreakingNews.com or the one to evilhackerserver.ru? They understood that the best place to hide is in plain sight. Finally, we have program security. This is the principle that separates the amateurs from the professionals, planning for the inevitable moment when your operation gets burned, because it will. The question isn't if, it's when. Program security is about damage control. When your operation gets discovered, how do you protect your other operations, keep your method secret, and preserve your ability to attack again? The Galt malware showed brilliant program security. It contained an encrypted payload that could only be decrypted on the specific target system it was designed for. So when security researchers captured it, they couldn't analyze what it actually did without having the exact target configuration. So how does this all come together in the real world? Through what Monty calls tactical themes and operational expertise. The tactical themes are simple concepts that guide every decision. Diversity. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Stealth. If they can't see you, they can't stop you. Redundancy. Always have multiple backup plans. These might sound simple, but implementing them effectively, that takes the final piece of the puzzle, operational expertise. This is the thing that can't be taught in a classroom. The ability to think on your feet when everything goes wrong, to adapt and improvise while maintaining operational security. This expertise comes from real-world experience under pressure. It's the difference between knowing the theory and mastering the art. So what's the big takeaway here? Elite cyber operations aren't the result of lucky hackers stumbling onto vulnerabilities. They're the product of deep understanding, careful planning, and hard-earned expertise. Whether you're trying to defend against these techniques or understand how they work, this framework gives you a lens to see the bigger picture. For defenders, understanding these principles help you think like an attacker. For anyone in cybersecurity, this framework reveals the sophisticated chess game being played in the digital shadows every single day. And for the rest of us, it's a reminder that in our increasingly connected world, the stakes of this game couldn't be higher. Next time, we're going to dive into some specific case studies and show you exactly how these principles played out in real-world operations that changed history. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep breaking things, responsibly, of course.